There comes a moment when life refuses to wait any longer. A moment when the walls you've grown used to start pressing in, demanding that you either rise or retreat. And deep inside, you know you weren't built to shrink. You weren't shaped to fold. You were created with a purpose that refuses to stay quiet. But purpose can't breathe when you're tangled in things that drain your fire. So today, we drag those hidden weights into the light, those 10 quiet thieves that have been stealing the life you were meant to live. The first thing holding you back is fear, not the kind that leaps from shadows, but the kind that whispers, the kind that tells you to stay small, stay silent, stay safe. Fear wraps itself around your potential like vines, tightening every time you hesitate. But you cannot conquer what you refuse to confront. You must tear fear from the roots, because destiny will never negotiate with timidity. The second thing is doubt, that inner courtroom where you're always on trial and never acquitted. Doubt tells you that you're unqualified, unprepared, unnoticed. But doubt is a lie built on your worst memories, not your best possibilities. You cannot thrive while doubting the very breath that keeps you alive. Third, old wounds. You keep trying to run forward, while looking backward. You're holding conversations with seasons that have already ended, carrying the broken pieces of people who walked away. But healing cannot enter a heart that refuses to release its ghosts. You must let the past be the past so the future can finally find you. Fourth, toxic voices. Some people don't speak into you, they speak against you. Their words anchor your feet when your spirit is trying to climb. You must protect your atmosphere like you protect your breath, because the wrong voices can suffocate the right vision. Fifth, comfort. Comfort looks inviting, but it is a slow cage. You can't grow in a place where everything is predictable, easy, and familiar. Pressure creates progress. Discomfort introduces you to the version of yourself that comfort keeps hidden. Sixth, procrastination. Time doesn't negotiate, doesn't repeat, doesn't refund. Every delay becomes a doorway for regret. Your dream is waiting on the other side of decisions you keep postponing. Move now. Act now, build now. Seventh, comparison. You drain your strength by measuring your chapter 1 against someone else's chapter 20. You weren't crafted to be a duplicate. You were born as a disruption. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs your original fire. Eighth, excuses. Some people don't have obstacles. They have explanations. They've wrapped their limitations in such beautiful language that they don't even recognize them as chains anymore. But excuses may protect your pride, yet they imprison your potential. Ninth, lack of discipline. Talent may open doors, but discipline keeps them from closing. Discipline is the quiet architect behind every breakthrough. Without it, dreams leak. With it, dreams live. And tenth, a small vision. Not a lack of vision, just one too small for the magnitude of who you are. You keep asking life for crumbs while carrying the capacity to build kingdoms. The moment your vision expands, your life must follow. You've been standing at the doorway of promise with baggage too heavy to cross. Today is the day to drop it. Every chain, every fear, every excuse. Because nothing ahead of you is stronger than what's already inside you. When you release what's holding you back, you unleash what's been waiting to carry you forward. There are moments in life when you feel the weight of the world pressing down on you, when the path ahead seems blocked by invisible walls, when the dreams you've held so close feel just out of reach. You may not realize it, but often it is not the world that is holding you back. It is the things within you, the habits, the mindsets, the fears, and the excuses that have taken root quietly over time. Today, we are going to confront 10 things that are keeping you from stepping into your destiny, from claiming the life that has been waiting for you. The first thing that holds you back is fear. Fear is the great thief of potential. It whispers lies in your ear. You are not ready. You are not enough. You will fail. Fear paralyzes, But you must remember that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is taking action in the face of fear. The second thing is doubt. Doubt convinces you to question everything, including your own abilities. It tells you that your vision is too big, your goals are too lofty, your dreams are unrealistic. But doubt can be overcome when you anchor yourself in belief in yourself, belief in your purpose, and belief that what is meant for you will not pass you by. The third barrier is procrastination. You may have all the ideas, all the plans, all the strategies, yet you delay. You put off until tomorrow what should be done today, and in doing so, you rob yourself of progress. Discipline is the antidote to procrastination. Small, consistent steps lead to giant leaps over time. The fourth thing is negativity. Negative people, negative environments, negative self-talk. When you allow negativity to dominate, it clouds your vision and drains your energy. Surround yourself with those who uplift you, who challenge you to be more, who reflect the possibilities you are capable of achieving. The fifth obstacle is comfort. Comfort is a silent jailer. It lulls you into settling, into accepting less than what you are capable of achieving. Growth happens outside the comfort zone, in the moments when you stretch yourself, when you take risks, when you embrace the unfamiliar. The sixth thing is lack of focus. Many people scatter their energy trying to chase every opportunity, every idea, every distraction. Success comes to those who focus, who prioritize, who commit to what matters most and refuse to be pulled in 1,000 directions. The seventh thing is unresolved past. Pain, rejection, failure, and trauma from the past can anchor you in a place of stagnation. You cannot move forward while holding on to what should be released. Healing is not optional, it is essential. You must face the past, forgive, learn, and let it go. The eighth thing is poor habits. Habits shape destiny, whether you realize it or not. Habits of laziness, poor time management, unhealthy thinking, or self-sabotage will always hold you back. Replace the destructive with the constructive and watch your life transform. The ninth barrier is fear of change. Change is inevitable, and yet many resist it. They cling to what is familiar, even when it is no longer serving them. Embrace change as a friend, as a teacher, as the pathway to growth. Finally, the 10th thing that holds you back is indecision. Indecision keeps you stuck at the crossroads of life, afraid to choose, afraid to act. Decision-making is powerful. Even imperfect action is better than inaction. Your destiny requires decisions, bold moves, and the willingness to step into the unknown with faith that you are being guided too often in life. We fail to recognize that the greatest battles we face are not outside of us. They are inside of us. There are forces, habits, and beliefs that quietly hold us back from stepping into the fullness of our destiny, from embracing the purpose that has been placed within us. If you are honest with yourself, you will see that the walls you hit, the ceilings you cannot break through, and the dreams that seem just beyond your reach are not accidents. They are signals pointing to the things inside of you that need attention. The first thing that holds you back is fear. Fear is not merely an emotion, it is a powerful force that can control your decisions, distort your perspective, and keep you from taking the first step toward greatness. Fear tells you that you are too small, too weak, too late, but the truth is that courage is not the absence of fear. It is the ability to move forward despite it. Fear can be defeated when you remember that the very things you are afraid of are often the things that are meant to propel you forward. The second thing that binds you is self-doubt. Self Doubt whispers lies in your ear. You are not capable. You do not have what it takes. You will fail. But the mind that doubts itself can also be the mind that believes and achieves. Self-belief is a muscle. It grows stronger when you feed it with affirmations, preparation, and action. The third obstacle is procrastination. You know what you need to do, but you keep waiting for the perfect moment. Life will never wait for you to feel ready, and every day you delay is a day lost in the pursuit of your purpose. Small, consistent steps are the key. Momentum comes from action, not intention. The fourth thing is negativity. Negative thoughts, negative people, negative environments, these act like quicks, and pulling you down when you least expect it. You cannot soar in the presence of constant negativity. Protect your mind and your spirit. Seek out those who encourage you, who challenge you to rise higher, who inspire you to see beyond your current circumstances. The fifth thing is complacency. Comfort can become a trap. When you settle for less than your best, when you accept mediocrity instead of greatness, you are building chains around your potential. Growth demands discomfort, risk, and a willingness to step into the unknown. The sixth thing is distraction. We live in a world of constant noise, endless notifications, and competing priorities. Focus is the currency of success. To achieve your dreams, you must be willing to prioritize what matters most, to say no to what does not serve your vision, and to concentrate your energy where it will have the greatest impact. The seventh obstacle is unresolved pain. Past failures, heartbreaks, and disappointments can weigh heavily on the soul. You cannot move forward with a heart full of grudges, regrets, and what-ifs. Healing is not optional. It is necessary. Face your past. Forgive where you must, and allow yourself to rise unburdened. The eighth thing is destructive habits. Every habit, whether good or bad, shapes your future. Habits of procrastination, negativity, poor self-care, or indecision will always hold you back. The moment you replace bad habits with productive, empowering routines, your life begins to shift. The ninth obstacle is fear of change. Change is inevitable, but resistance to it keeps you trapped. You must embrace change, understand that growth is often uncomfortable, and realize that transformation is the only way to reach the next level. Finally, the 10th thing is indecision. The inability to choose, to act, to move decisively keeps people stagnant. Life rewards those who act, who make bold choices, who refuse to let fear or doubt dictate their destiny. Indecision leaves you stuck at the crossroads, but decisive action, even imperfect action, creates momentum that leads to achievement. There comes a moment in every person's life when you realize that the only thing standing between you and your breakthrough is not circumstance, not opportunity, not the world. It is the weight you carry within yourself. There are forces, patterns, and choices that silently hold you back, preventing you from stepping into the fullness of your potential. The first thing that keeps you from rising is fear. Fear is cunning. It disguises itself as caution and wisdom as reason, but in truth, fear is a liar. It convinces you to stay small, to play safe, to remain in the shadows of your own possibility. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is the determination to move forward despite fear. Every great achievement begins when fear is faced and overcome. The second barrier is self-limiting beliefs. You may carry thoughts that whisper, "I cannot," "I am not enough," "This is too hard." These beliefs are invisible chains forged over time by doubt and external voices. Yet the mind that limits itself can also be the mind that achieves greatness when it is rewired with faith, focus, and persistent action. The third thing is procrastination. It disguises itself as comfort, as planning, as waiting for the perfect time, yet the perfect time rarely comes. Every day that you delay is a day lost, a day your destiny waits impatiently for you to step into. Momentum is built through action, consistent steps taken with intentionality and resolve. The fourth obstacle is negativity. Negative people, negative thoughts, negative circumstances, they act like quicks and pulling you down when you least expect it. Surround yourself with those who inspire you, who lift you higher, who reflect the possibilities you are capable of achieving. The fifth thing is complacency. Comfort can lull you into stagnation, into settling for less than you were created to achieve. Growth is not found in what is familiar. It is found in what challenges, stretches, and transforms you. The sixth barrier is distraction. We live in a world of constant noise, endless demands, and competing priorities. Focus is the currency of success. To reach your goals, you must be willing to say no to the unnecessary and yes to what moves you closer to your vision. The seventh thing is unresolved pain. Past hurts, failures, and disappointments can anchor your spirit, keeping you from moving forward. You cannot embrace your future while holding on to the weight of the past. Healing, forgiveness, and reflection are essential steps to release what no longer serves you. The eighth barrier is destructive habits. Habits, whether of thought, behavior, or speech, define the trajectory of your life. Replace self-sabotaging routines with empowering practices and watch transformation take root. The ninth thing is fear of change. Change is inevitable, yet many resist it, clinging to familiarity even when it limits their growth. Embrace change as a teacher, as a catalyst for growth, as a necessary companion on the path to your best life. Finally, the 10th obstacle is indecision. Indecision leaves you frozen at the crossroads, unable to move, unable to choose. Life moves forward with or without you, but those who act decisively, even imperfectly, create the momentum that carries them toward achievement.